These guys are just so great, honestly. Sometimes they just tell them to just sit down, have a rest.
Ta-da!
No matter from where we've come or where we've been, we are united in our pursuit. United, we ride.
This year's bikes, all the ST models and the 117 low ride with the fairing in the bags and that. I think these are the best year model launch Harley's had since the new Walkie 8 motors. The Pan America is obviously pretty cool. Haven't had anyone bring one here yet. That new Sportster, that's going to be a great little bike. You know, they're pretty small and everything. They're definitely not going to be a replacement for the V-Rod, but definitely with every Harley's performance and the sound of it and the look and everything. You know, people always want the Harley. When you tell someone that you've got a Harley, it's got to sound like a Harley. So exhaust systems, air cleaners, tuning systems, big bore kits. There's always room for improvement to make them go bigger, better, louder and faster.
At Sturgis, we also introduced the Arctic Blast Street Glide Special. Limited to just 500 units, this is a stunning example of the kind of craftsmanship and attention to detail one can only expect from Harley Davidson.
The 2022 models are sick, you know. And the CVO models, I bought a heap of them back, including the trike. I don't want a trike. No one suggests to me get a trike, Alan. I don't want a trike, but if I do get a trike, it'll be an old one. I'll cruise around it 50 kilometres an hour, you know, and sit at the side of the road when it breaks down, wait for someone to come and get me. But yeah, they're cool. There's always a new fad coming in. I really like the new lowrider ST. Like, that's cool, that fairing, everything on it. I love that. That's a really cool look. V-Rods are a great bike, and Harley definitely don't have anything that replaces that in the model range or anything at the moment. So I dare say sometime in the near future, now that they've dropped the breakout and everything in America with the 240 rear tyre, there might be a new bike with a 240 tyre on it with that new Revolution motor in it.
So this is part of the oil pump.
Oh yeah.
And we got all new oil pump and everything. Cool.
Yeah.
So we can put that aside. So replacing the cam support plate with a nice blue, it looks cool. Yeah, same cams and all that going in and everything.
Right.
Had a little bit of, I think so, like the oil pump, maybe something went wrong in there.
Right.
And it's pushed up against the cam support plate. Yeah, so we're gonna change it.
Getting into painting now, mate.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Only one colour though, matte black.
There's another colour.
Tara's bright. Mine!
Wow. That looks alright. Is this being resourceful or is this being cheap?
No, this is being resourceful.
Right, okay.
Oh, look at that. That's go.
There's nothing wrong with go, but I know what you mean.
Cool, we'll see. Looks way better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Why didn't I do that when I was 18? It would have pulled way more chicks. I took one girl on the back of it once. She works at a fish and chip shop in another town. I took her out there, and she's like, "Oh man, that bike's so cool. I thought you were going to need an egg flip to get me off." Oh, it's like, oh, you know what I mean? You know the thing? Get off. Get off. We cleaned it all out, checked everything, checked all the surfaces and whatnot, and just going to slide it back together now, some new bits and pieces, and then there we go.
Getting these lifter blocks out, or tap blocks, just so we can put new lifters in, because it's getting a nice refresh.
So these are new lifters?
Yeah, new lifters by S&S. So
Right, S&S.
Yeah. We use a lot of S&S parts, so it seems to be doing good for us.
You could cut a bit of an egg flip in a frying pan.
Oh, I could actually,
And
yeah.
then, you know.
Yeah, and it's going.
Some remote control preload compressor springs in. All his bushes are blown out.
Oh, right.
That should be rubber.
So it's just, it turns these old twin cam ones, you know, with the twin shockers in them, puts a preload adjuster on, same as what the Milwaukee 8 models have. Obviously winding it out softer, winding it in's harder, and it makes a massive difference, you know, when you're on there by yourself or whether you're on there two up. Put your hand there and count the turns. You might take that rear belt guard off, Aaron.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to.
So it's a preload adjuster, right? So the more you squash the spring, the harder it is to push in.
Of course. That
And
makes
then
sense.
when you let the spring off,
Yes.
boing, boing,
Yeah.
boing, but when you push it in,
Yeah.
they've got a very limited suspension as it is, so if you can do anything to upgrade it, it makes it a hell of a lot nicer, you know, like really does.
Yeah.
Heaps. You know, if you've got your wife on your back, or if your wife's at home and you've got your girlfriend on the back, but,
Yeah.
you know, they've got to enjoy it, don't they?
Absolutely.
Chrome foot peg hardware, you bang that in there, and then foot peg stays up. You know, you go out for a ride with your mates, you come home and they're down,
Yeah.
straight away,
Oh, yeah.
what's been going on?
Yeah, exactly.
Why the foot pegs down? You're like, oh babe, they just fall down. And they go, no they don't, Alan put those killer bolts in there to hold them up. And you're like, shit, you're right. Yeah. You know what I mean? You got to come up with something.
Well, maybe there's another invention for you there, mate.
You got to look after the brothers, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. Like an automatic returning, you know, girlfriend off,
Foot pegs fold
returning
up.
foot pegs. Yeah. And mate, the new drag strip's going to be good.
Yeah.
So that's later this year, isn't it?
Yeah, November apparently.
Yeah. There'll be some people breaking their bikes and coming to see you afterwards, no
Yeah,
doubt.
going down there, snapping a few belts and what.
Yeah.
I want to see if we can get like an old B-rod, like with a skinny back wheel on it, one of the older ones that turned into a bit of a destroyer type thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Roland Sands, a bike builder over in the States, like a bike that he built, caught my eye years ago, and I've always wanted to build one since. So I saw this frame come up for sale, we grabbed it, and then I had an old motor here, and we've got a gearbox and everything here, so going to put together like that picture of the one I showed you,
Oh, wow. Awesome.
which is going to look pretty cool, yeah.
And then you're going to sell it, or?
Yeah, I reckon, yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, this is all the treasure, isn't it?
Whoa. Wow.
Cut these off. That's all flush. Still have one on the other side here. Still run that, and then put the big, like the Allan 15-inch disc or something on there, and put the caliper right out and everything. Like that'll cut these off, front mudguard mounts and everything. This is the motor here. We won't worry about hotting it up or anything, because it just costs too much. There's no point. So we'll just do it up and
Yeah,
do it all black.
that looks nice.
We'll paint that black.
Can't go wrong.
These are the pipes I want to use. I want to put it, rather than put a 2-in-1 on it, like that other one that we just looked at, whether we have them like that or like this or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah. That looks good.
That look cool. Maybe not. They're a bit bigger than what I thought.
Right.
What are they? Slim? I think.
Yeah, it goes back a bit far.
Nah, they're shit. They're too wide, aren't they? Because it's going to have that much scenery rim in the back of it, the gold one, and then that gold probably 23-inch front wheel, I reckon, in the front of it too. And then we'll put that big single disc brake on the side of it, change drive, maybe like an FXDR style seat unit on it. That's the plan.
Sounds good, man. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Like and subscribe, follow us for more.